Mangalacharan prayer. Please recite after me. Om Ajnanatimirandasya
Om Ajnanatimirandasya
Jnananjana Salakaya
Jananjana Salakaya
Chakshura Unmilitam Yena
Chaksuranmilatan Yena
Sri Chaitanya Manobhistham
Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam
Sthapitam Yena Bhutale
Stapitam Yena Bhutale
Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam
Swayam Rupam Kadamayam
Dadati Swapadantikam.
Dadati Swapadhantikam.
Hey Krishna Krishna
He Krishna Karuna Sindhu
Deenabandhu
Dinabandho Jagatpate
Gopesha Gopika Kanta
Gopesha Gopika Kanta
Radha Kanta
Radha Kanta Namostute.
Why there is an echo? I think some Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi
Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi
Radhe Vrindavaneshwari
Radhe Vrindavaneshwari
Sabhanu Sute Devi
Vishnabhanu Sute Devi
Pranamami Hari Priye
Pranamami Hari Priya
Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha
Vanchakalpatarubhyascha
Krupa Sindhubhyascha
Rupa Sindhuba Eva
Patitanam Pavanebhyo
Patitan Pavanebhyo
Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha.
Vaishnavyo Namo Namaha.
Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya
Prabhu Nityananda
Prabhu Nityananda
Prabhu Nityananda
Hara
Shri Advaita Gadadhara
Sivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda
Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Rama Hare Hare.
Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Very good. Thank you so much for coming to this Srimad Bhagavatam class today. All of you, thank you so much. We have here Meenakshi, Saisha, Govinda, Gopal, Rayans, and Mihika is there. Okay. So we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 11, Lord Krishna's entrance into Dwarka. So Lord has entered city of Dwarka now, and I'll share the shloka here. So you have Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 11, Lord Krishna's entrance into Dwarka. And last time we recited text 16 and 17. Here it is. So we already recited the verse. And I think we just read the translation and then start reading the purport and we will discuss about it. Okay. So here, what happened when Lord Krishna entered Dwarka city? On hearing that the most dear Krishna was approaching Dwarka Dham, magnanimous Vasudev, Akrura, Ugrasen, Balaram, Pradyumna, Charudesha, Samba, they were extremely happy and abandoned the resting, sitting, and dining. Which means some of them may be resting, some of them may be sitting, some of them may be dining. They all sort of, when they heard the news, they become extremely happy and they are ready to greet the Lord. So here, Vasudev, who is Vasudev?
Krishna's father.
Krishna's father. Who is Akrura? Krishna's uncle. He is in the dynasty, but he is related like an uncle. Who is Ugrasen? Krishna's grandfather. Right? So, you know, Devak and Ugrasen were brother. Devak has a daughter Devki and Ugrasen has a son Kamsa. So they like Devki and Kamsa were cousin. So Ugrasen, being a father of Kamsa, he also becomes the grandfather of Krishna. Who is Balaram?
Balaram is Krishna's
brother. Very good. Who is Pradyumna? Son of Krishna and Rukmini. And similarly, Charudesena and Samba. Samba is given here. He is son of Jambati. Who is Jambati?
one of Krishna's wives.
Another Krishna's wife.
Krishna's wife.
Okay.
Very good. So now in the purport, they have described all these characters. So let us read about it. So you're gonna, each one of you gonna try to read and then we'll discuss about it. Okay. So let's begin reading about Vasudev.
Prabhuji.
Yeah.
I think we already did Vasudev and
Akrura, right? Yeah. So that's okay. Let's just read it over again. We read the purport all over again. And then let's say, Meenakshi, you would like to begin reading about
Sure, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji, that's fine. Okay. Vasudeva, son of King Surasena, husband of Devaki and father of Lord Shri Krishna. He is the brother of Kunti and father of Subhadra. Subhadra was married with her cousin Arjuna, and this system is still prevalent in some parts of India. Vasudeva was appointed minister of Ugrasena, and later on he married 8 daughters of Ugrasena's brother Devaka. Devaki is only one of them. Kamsa was his brother-in-law, and Vasudeva accepted voluntary imprisonment by Kamsa on mutual agreement to deliver the 8th son of Devaki. This was followed by the will of Krishna. As maternal uncle of the Pandavas, he took active part in the purificatory process of the Pandavas. He sent for the priest Kasyapa at Satasranga Parvata, and he executed the functions. When Krishna appeared within the bars of Kamsa's prison house, he was transferred by Vasudeva to the house of Nanda Maharaja, the foster father of Krishna at Gokula. Krishna disappeared along with Baladeva prior to the disappearance of Vasudeva, and Arjuna, Vasudeva's nephew, undertook the charge of the funeral ceremony after Vasudeva's disappearance.
Very good, very good. So everybody must know the story about how Vasudeva married to Devaki, right? I mean, have you all have seen the Mahabharata? All of you? Who doesn't know
Yes,
this?
Prabhuji.
I know the story, except I didn't see it in the Mahabharata.
Oh, you didn't know, but you know the story. Everybody knows the story?
Yeah.
I watched the whole show.
Rosie, what story?
Yeah. The story about how Vasudeva married to Devaki and
Yes.
Kans was sitting, helping Devaki for becoming chariot driver and honoring them. But on the way, they heard the omen that a child of Devaki was kill him. So he tried to kill Devaki, but then Vasudeva promised that, okay, I give you all the sons. And based on that, he let go Devaki, and then Kans imprisoned them. And the story goes on, and then Kans, at least what happened, he killed 6 babies of Vasudeva and Devaki. 7th was Balram and 8 was Krishna, like that. So that is the story of Mahabharata also.
I don't think Balaram was
Balram was 7th son, but
he
then
was
he was transferred to
Balaram
Rohini.
was
Yeah, he was transferred to Rohini.
Rohini's son.
Yeah. So he was later on transferred to Rohini's womb. First appeared in Devaki's womb, then transferred to Rohini's womb by the Yogmaya, by Krishna's order, because it was time for Krishna to appear in Devaki's womb. That's why. All right. So let's next. Rayans, can you read about Akrura?
Prabhu,
Okay.
can you tell us like the backstory of what the like previous life, like Kamsa was like some demon and then he had like 6 children, I think. So can you explain the pastime so that this caused the 6 sons that died?
Oh, why the 6 sons were died?
Yes.
Well, as I told you, the Vasudeva promised to save Devaki on the spot, that he will return all these born children to Kamsa. So that is one by one, when Devaki had a birth of child, he used to take it to the Kamsa and Kamsa killed them.
No, Prabhu, not that one. Like basically like what like the previous life.
Oh
That
yeah,
caused
previous life they were 6 sons of what do they call it? There was another name of
Kala,
Kalnemi.
yeah.
Kalnemi. Yeah. So they were actually sons of Kalnemi. And Kalnemi became the Kamsa. You know that? Mihika?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah. Okay. So you want to tell the story?
No, I was asking like what was like the I heard that Narad Muni
Hmm.
made them into like devotees and then he got angry.
Hmm.
So I wanted to know a little in detail what actually was like what happened in the previous life causing them to die.
So at this point, I think I remember about Kalnemi being, those 6 sons were the children of Kalnemi. And Kalnemi, about Narad, how interfere, all these things, I don't know at this point. Probably there must be a story on that thing, Yeah, which I don't recall at this point. So we'll read up on that story and we'll discuss sometime. Okay?
Okay, bro.
Anybody else? Any question?
Prabhuji, can I read now?
That?
Can I do the reading?
Who is that?
Rayansh.
Rayan, okay, go ahead. Read about Akrura now.
Akrura, the commander-in-chief of the Varshni dynasty and the great devotee of Lord Krishna. Akrura attained success in devotional service to the Lord by one single process of offering prayers. He was the husband of Sutani, daughter of Ahuka. He supported Arjuna when Arjuna took Subhadra forcibly away by the will of Krishna. Both Krishna and Akrura went to see Arjuna after a successful kidnapping of Subhadra. Both of them presented dowries to Arjuna after this incident. Akrura was present also, and Abhimanyu, the son of Subhadra, was married with Uttara, the mother of Maharaj Parikshit. Ahuka, the father-in-law of Akrura, was not on good terms with Akrura, but both of them were devotees with the Lord.
Very good. So Akrura was the commander-in-chief of the Vrishni dynasty. Here it is said there, right?
But Prabhuji, I have a question.
Yeah.
You know, Krishna's like a good person, right? So why did he support Arjuna when he was kidnapping Subhadra?
You mean Akrura was supporting?
No, Krishna, like
So Krishna was supporting because the Balram has decided Subhadra's marriage with Duryodhan, and Krishna did not like it. So
then couldn't he have just told Balram instead?
huh?
Couldn't he have told Balram, like Krishna could have told Balram instead?
No, Krishna helped Arjuna to get married to Subhadra.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because Krishna don't want his sister to marry to Duryodhan.
Yeah.
But Balram, being a sort of a Balram was a student of. Sorry, the Duryodhan was student of Balram because he learned that.
Oh.
Yeah. So there he, I mean, he decided that, but that.
So
when
Balram would refuse whenever Krishna would say would say no to that option of not marrying Duryodhan.
Yeah, so basically not saying no to Duryodhan, they devised a plan by which Arjuna came in that city, became a yogi and doing sadhana and all this kind of thing. So Subhadra and them, they can meet somehow or other. And then one day, it's so decided that Krishna has a plan, and Subhadra and Arjun, Arjuna kidnapped Subhadra, and they went from that point on.
Okay. Then what happened to Duryodhan after that? Like, did he get angry?
Duryodhan becoming a pan. I mean, once it is done, what Duryodhan can do, Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you.
Okay. So let's go read about the third character, who is Ugrasena. Who's going to read Ugrasena? Saisha, can you read about Ugrasena?
Okay, Prabhuji. Ugrasena, one of the powerful kings of the Vrishni dynasty and cousin of Maharaja Kuntabhaja. His other name is Aka. His minister is Vasudeva, and his son was the powerful Kamsa. This Kamsa imprisoned his father and became the king of Mathura. By the grace of Lord Krishna and his brother Lord Baldev, Kamsa was killed, and Ugrasena was reinstalled on the throne. When Salva attacked the city of Dwarka, Ugrasena fought very valiantly and repulsed the enemy. Ugrasena inquired from Nardaji about the divinity of Lord Krishna. When the Yadu dynasty was to be vanquished, Ugrasena was entrusted with the iron lump produced from the womb of Samba. He cut the iron lump into pieces and then pasted it and mixed it up. Prabhuji, can you scroll down?
Yeah.
With the seawater on the coast of Dwarka. After this, he ordered complete prohibition within the city of Dwarka and the kingdom. He got salvation after his death.
Very good. So this is about Ugrasen, who is another king of Rasna dynasty, and he is also the cousin of Maharaj Kunti Bhoj. Who is Kunti Bhoj?
Father of Kunti.
Yeah, Kunti Bhoj was, actually, Maharaj Kunti Bhoj raised Kunti because Prutha uh, was her name, but the Vasudev's friend was Kunti Bhoj. I mean, the father of Prutha gave to his friend, whose name was Maharaj Kunti Bhoj. And from that point onward, her name was also Kunti. Okay.
Prabhuji, what relation did Kunti and Ugrasen have again? I just
See,
couldn't.
Kunti was sister of Vasudev, and Vasudev's father was Sursen, and Sursen's brother was Ugrasen. You see that? Ugrasen and Sursen, they were brother. So Sursen has a son called Vasudev,
Yeah.
and Ugrasen has a son called Kamsa. Yeah.
Oh. Okay, Prabhuji.
So that was Devki, and Kamsa was cousin. They were not real brother sister. Okay.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you.
All right. So next description is about Baladev. Mehika, you want to read about Baladev? Mehika, are you there?
What, Prabhu?
Mehika is there?
Yes, Prabhu.
Can you read about Baladev?
Okay, Prabhu. Baldev. He is the divine son of Vasudev by his wife Rohini. He is also known as Rohini Nandana, the beloved son of Rohini. He was also entrusted to Nanda Maharaj along with his mother Rohini when Vasudev embraced imprisonment by mutual agreement with Kamsa. So, Nanda Maharaj is also the foster father of Baladev along with Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna and Lord
Hello.
Mata Prabhuji, I'm going to karate. Can I leave the class now?
Okay.
Give me your pizza.
Yes, Prabhu. My internet went. Lord Krishna and Lord Balaram were constant companions from their very childhood, although they were stepbrothers. He is the plenary manifestation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and therefore he is as good and powerful as Lord Krishna. He belongs to Vishnu Tattva, the principle of Godhead. He attended the Swamvara ceremony of Draupadi along with Sri Krishna. When Subhadra was kidnapped by Arjuna by the organized plan of Sri Krishna, Baladev was very angry with Arjuna and wanted to kill him at once. Sri Krishna, for the sake of his dear friend, fell at the feet of Lord Baladev and implored him not to be so angry. Roji, can you scroll down?
Yeah.
Sri Baladev was thus satisfied. Similarly, he was once very angry with the Kauravas and he wanted to throw their whole city into the depths of the Yamuna. But the Kauravas satisfied him by surrendering unto his divine lotus feet. He was actually the seventh son of Devaki prior to birth of Lord Krishna, but by the will of the Lord he was transferred to the womb of Rohini to escape the wrath of Kamsa. His other name is therefore Sankarshana, who is also the plenary portion of Sri Baladev. Because he is as powerful as Lord Krishna and can bestow spiritual power to the devotees, he is therefore known as Baladev. In the Vedas also it is enjoined that no one can know the Supreme Lord without being favored by Baladev. Bala means spiritual strength, not physical. Some less intelligent persons interpret Bala as the strength of the body, but no one can have spiritual realization by physical strength. Physical strength ends with the end of the physical body, but spiritual strength follows the spirit soul to the next transmigration, and therefore the strength obtained by Lord Baladev is never wasted. The strength is eternal, and thus Baladev is the original spiritual master of Lord, all devotees.
Very good. So what from this paragraph, what can you know about Balram? Can you tell me in brief?
So one thing I know about Baldev is that his other name is Sankarshan because he was originally the son of Devaki, but he was transferred by the will of Lord Krishna to the womb of Rohini.
Hmm.
And then Baladev means like the person with a lot of strength, but the strength is not physical, but it's spiritual because it lasts forever.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's basically it.
Okay. Right. So he's brother of Krishna. Okay. All right. There's one more description about Balaram. Who wants to read that?
Can Rayansh read it?
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Sri Baladev was also a class friend of Lord Krishna as a student of Sandipani Muni. In
Yes.
his childhood, he killed many asuras along with Sri Krishna, and specifically he killed the Dhenukasur at the Talapana. During the Kurukshetra battle, he remained neutral and he tried his best not to bring about the fight. He was in favor of Duryodhana, but he still remained neutral. When there was a club fight between Duryodhana and Bhimsena, he was present on the spot. He was angry at Bhimsena when the latter struck Duryodhana on the thigh or below the belt. He wanted to retaliate the unfair action. Lord Sri Krishna saved Bhima from his wrath, but he left the place at once, being disgusted at Bhimsena. And after his departure, Duryodhana felt the funeral ceremony of Abhimanyu, the son of Arjuna, was performed by him as he was the maternal uncle. It was impossible to be performed by any one of the Pandavas, who were all overwhelmed with grief. At the last stage, he departed from this world by producing a great white snake from his mouth, and thus he was carried by Sesanga in the shape of a serpent.
Sesanaga.
Yeah, Sesanga.
Very good. Okay. So, Rayans, can you tell me in brief what did you read about Baldev in this paragraph? I can hear you. No audio. You are muted.
Sorry, Prabhuji. So yeah, Baldev is basically on the um on Duryodhan's side, but he was just neutral in the Kurukshetra war because he knew it was very powerful and did not want to cause any damage, and he was like, and then like he at the last stage in his life, he departed the world on a great white snake from his mouth, and he was carried to heaven by the great by Seshanaga in the shape of a serpent.
So, who did he go with? Sandipani Muni.
He was like Sandipani Muni was the teacher of Lord Krishna and Balram, and yeah.
Yeah. So he was like Krishna and Balram both went to Sandipani Muni.
Yeah.
All right. Now let's say who can read about Pradyumna? Anybody?
Saisha?
Aisha? Okay.
Pradyumna. Now, incarnation of Kamnadeva, or according to others, incarnations of Sanat Kurmara, born as the son of the personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Krishna, and Lakshmi Devi. Srimati Rukmani, the principal queen of at Dwarka. He was one of those who went to congratulate Arjuna. Upon his marrying Subhadra, he was one of the great generals who fought with Salva, and while fighting with him, he became unconscious on the battlefield. His charioteer brought him back to the camp from the battlefield, and for this action he was very sorry and rebuked. His charioteer, however, he fought again with Salva and was victorious. He heard all about the different demigods from Naradaji. He is one of the 4 plenary expansions of Lord Sri Krishna. He is the 3rd one. He inquired from his father Sri Krishna about the glories of the Brahmanas. During the Fratikido war amongst the descendants of Yadu, he died at the hand of Bhoja, another king of the Vrishnis. After his death, he was installed in his original position.
Very good. So Pradyumna is son of who?
Lord Sri Krishna.
Lord Sri Krishna and
Rukmini Devi.
Rukmini Devi, first queen. Yeah, okay, very good. So there is a next description is about Charu Desha. Oh, the Meenakshi, you want to read it?
Okay, Prabhuji. Okay. Another son of Lord Sri Krishna and Rukmini Devi. He was also present during the Swayamvara ceremony of Draupadi. He was a great warrior like his brothers and fathers. He fought with Vivindaka and killed him in the fight.
Very good. So this is another son of Krishna and Rukmini. And then the Samba. Who is next?
Okay.
Who can do it? Anybody volunteering regarding Samba?
Can Rayan Sri?
Can Mihika?
Okay, Mihika, go ahead. You are turning.
Samba, one of the great heroes of the Yadu dynasty and the son of Lord Sri Krishna by his wife Jambavati. He learned the military art of throwing arrows from Arjuna, and he became a member of parliament during the time of Maharaj Yudhishthira. He was present during the Rajasuya Yagna of Maharaj Yudhishthira. When all the Vrishnis were assembled during the time of Bhasha Yagna, his glorious activities were narrated by Satyaki before Lord Baldev. He was also present along with his father Lord Sri Krishna during the Ashwamedha Yagna performed by Yudhishthira. He was presented before some rishis falsely dressed as a pregnant woman by his brothers, and in fun he asked the rishis what he was going to deliver. The rishis replied that Prabhuji, can you scroll down? Prabhuji, can you scroll down?
Yes, sir. Yes.
The rishis replied that he would deliver a lump of iron which would be the cause of the fratricidal war in the family of Yadu. The next day in the morning, Samba delivered a large lump of iron which was entrusted to Ugrasena for necessary action. Actually, later on, there was the foretold fratricidal war, and Samba died in the war. So all these sons of Lord Krishna left their respective palaces and, leaving all aside all engagements, including lying down, sitting, and dining, hastened towards their exalted father.
Very good. So this is a very nice story regarding this Samba, who is son of Krishna and Jambavati. He was the instrument. He was kind of made an instrument to get rid of the whole Yaduda. It was of Krishna's plan anyway. So one time what happened, Samba and all other children of Yadu family, they were playing. And in the play, they did in such a way that Samba, they made like it, they wrapped some cloth around his abdomen and, have a dress of a lady. And then they went to the Rusi, some saintly personalities to ask them, can you tell what kind of, child he will born, like a he or she, boy or a girl. So, the Lucy was agitated and they cursed him that, the iron will come from that thing, because they were doing all joking, and Lucy sort of being a realized people, they knew. And as a result, what happened, there was a iron metal club was there. So, and also they said that this will be the cause of the annihilation of Yadu dynasty. After all, Krishna's plan, because before Krishna leaves, it was time to go for Krishna to leave this planet, but he wants to also go to Yadu, except the one person, which is his friend Uddhava, and some other Vajranath. Everybody had to go. That was Krishna's plan. So they say that, so what happened when they get that news to the Ugrasen, the king at that time, then king ordered to, they have to break that iron rod into such a small pieces, like, and then throw into the river. But what happened, one of the fish got something from it also. And from that, they became also one arrow by which, they later on, the Krishna is being killed and all other family members were at the Prabhas Kshetra, if you have known that, near Somnath. They gathered there, and that is how the annihilation of Yadu dynasty had happened. But the Samba became the instrument for, behind this pastime. Okay. Any question on that one? The other thing is described about, how he was there during Rajasuya Yagya and all this kind of thing is given there. Okay.
Prabhuji,
Yeah.
what are all the yagnas like? Can you do a brief description of all the yagnas? Because I don't know about the yagnas that it was talking about in the passage.
You mean Rajasuya Yagna? You're talking about Rajasuya Yagna, yes?
Like all the yagnas it described in the passage.
They described in the Mahabharata? Where?
No, in this purport in
Yeah, so Aswamegh Yagya is the Yagya in which the horse, Aswa means horse. Horse, they sacrifice horse. That is Aswamegh Yagya. Rajasuya Yagya, Yudhishthir perform, because in order to perform Rajasuya Yagya, they have to conquer all other small kingdom. And they have to make the ruler of those area or that kingdom subservient to the main king. And then he can perform the Rajasuya Yagya, And let us say what other, so Aswamegh Yagya, Rajasuya Yagya, that is the only two Yagya. But actually Yagya means sacrifice, and Yagya is performed for Vishnu to please Vishnu. But there may be a different motivation and different articles to be sacrificed. So in which you sacrifice horse, it is called Aswamegh Yagya, And sometimes some other thing can be a sacrifice and they name it accordingly. Okay?
Okay, Prabhuji. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, any other thing? All right, so we go to the next verse, text 18. Okay, so you can please recite after me. This is some more description about when they welcome or when they receive the Lord Krishna. So please recite it. Varendram Purusakrutya
Varendram Purasakritya
Kurakshetra
Brahmanaihi Sasumangalaihi
Brahmanaihi Sasumangalaihi
Sankhaturya Ninadena
Sankhaturya Ninadena
Brahma Goshena Chadattaha
Brahma Gosale Chadatara
प्रत्युजग्मुरथैः हृष्टः प्रणयागत साधवसाः
प्रणयागत साध्वसः
नारेन्द्रं पुरुषकृत्य
वरेन्द्रं पुरुषकृत्य
ब्रह्मणैः ससुमङ्गलैः
ब्राह्मणैः
ब्राह्मणैः ससुमङ्गलैः
शङ्खतूर्यनिनादेन
शङ्खसूर्यनिनादेन
ब्रह्म घोषेण चाद्रुता
ब्रह्मघोषणे च
प्रत्युज्गमो रथैर्हृष्टाः
प्रत्युज्जगमु यथाहिर्हस्ता
प्रणयागत साधवसाः
प्रणयागत सद्वासः
One more time. वारेन्द्रं पुरुषकृत्य
वारेन्द्रं पुरुषकृत्य
ब्राह्मणैः ससुमङ्गलैः
ब्राह्मणैः ससुमङ्गलैः
शङ्खतूर्यनिनादेन
शङ्खतूर्यनिनादे
ब्रह्मघोषेण चाद्रुताः
ब्रह्मघोषणे चाद्रतः
प्रत्युजग्मो रथैर्हृष्टा
प्रत्युजग्मुरुतेर्हृष्टा
प्रणयागत साध्वसाः
प्रणयागत साधवसः
Very good. Now you all can decide one by one.
Can I
Can
answer?
Meenakshi go first?
I shall go first.
Who is that?
Meenakshi.
Rayan? Oh, you want to do it? Okay, Rayan, go ahead.
Okay. Varandrem puruskrataya brahmanihi sasumangalaihi
Brahma Gosena Ratraya
sankaturya ninadena brahma gosena chatrata pratyujamyu ratarhasta pradannaihi gata sadva.
Very good. Next, Saisa.
Vadrenama praskritya brahmana sasumangaleha sankaturyanninadena brahmagoshena chataratha pratyo jagamuratare hastaha harista pranayagata sadavasaha.
Very good. Mihika.
वारेन्द्रं पुरुषकृत्य ब्राह्मणेश सुमङ्गलैः शङ्खतूर्यनिनादेन ब्रह्मघोषेण चादृता प्रत्युजग्मुरथैर्हृष्टा प्रणयागतसाध्वसाः.
Very good. Meenakshi.
वरेन्द्रं पुरुषकृत्य ब्रह्मणे सुसुमङ्गलः शङ्खतूर्यनिनादेन ब्रह्मघोषेण चाद्रतः प्रत्युजग्मुरुतेर्हृष्टा प्रणयेगत सद्वसः.
Very nice. Thank you. Anybody else? All right. So let's repeat synonyms, word to word translation. Varana Indram. Varana Indram.
Varana Indram,
Elephants on the auspicious mission.
elephants on the auspicious mission.
Puraskritya,
Puraskritya,
putting in the front.
putting in the front.
Brahmanaihi,
Brahmanaihi,
Ramanehi
by the Brahmanas.
by the Brahmanas.
Sa Sumangalaihi,
Sa Sumangalaihi,
with all auspicious signs.
with all auspicious signs.
Sankha,
Sankha,
Conchal.
conch shell,
Conch shell.
Surya,
Surya.
bugle.
bugle,
Bugle.
Ninadena,
ninadena,
by the sound of.
by the sound of,
Brahma Goshena,
Brahma-Ghoshena,
by chanting the hymns of the Vedas.
by chanting the hymns of the Vedas.
Cha,
Cha,
Ja.
And
Adrutaha,
Adrataha,
glorified.
glorified.
Glorify.
Prati,
Prati,
Prati.
toward.
towards.
Ujjagmuhu,
Ujjagmuhu,
proceeded
proceeded hurriedly.
hurriedly.
Hari.
Rathaihi,
Rataihi,
on the chariot.
on the chariot.
Krustaha,
Krustaha,
in cheerfulness.
Cheerfulness.
Pranayagata,
Pranayagata.
saturated with affection.
Saturated with affection.
Sadvasaha,
Sadvasaha.
all respectful.
All respectful.
Yeah. So basically, this verse describes the Vedic way of welcoming, the great personalities. And here, what is a great personality is this Lord Krishna himself. That is how they are welcoming him. Okay, so who can read the translation?
Can I answer
Can
the
Sasha?
translation?
Can Hika?
Rayans, you can read the translation.
Okay. Translation. They hastened toward the Lord on the chariots with brahmanas bearing flowers.
before them were elephants, emblems of good fortune, conch shells and bungles were sounded with Vedic hymns. They were chanted. Thus they were offered their respects, which were saturated with
Saturated.
affection.
Saturated with affection.
Very good. So this is the way of welcoming, huh? And the purport will make it some more clarification. Saisha, you want to read the purport?
Okay, Prabhuji. The Vedic way of receiving a great personality creates an atmosphere of respect, which is saturated with affection and veneration for the person received. The auspicious atmosphere of such a reception depends on the paraphernalia described above, including the conch shells, flowers, incense, decorated elephants, and qualified brahmanas. Reciting verses from the Vedic literature, such a program of reception is full of sincerity on the part of both the receiver and the received.
Very good, Saisha. Saisha, can you summarize the whole paragraph? Saisha?
Okay, Prabhuji. So the Vedic way of so basically it says like the Vedic way of receiving a great personality. It basically creates an atmosphere of respect, and then which is like it's with affection for the person or people, and they receive it. The auspicious atmosphere is like it also is it includes conch shells, flowers, and also decorated elephants. They also include brahmas.
Brahmanas.
Brahmanas, sorry.
What did the Brahmana do?
They basically recite the verses from like the literatures.
Very good. So that makes the atmosphere very auspicious when they recite the Vedic hymns. Yeah. Okay. All right. Mihika, would you like to summarize what you have heard?
Sure, Prabhu. So it says basically the way that the Vedas, or like the Vedic way of like basically honoring a guest is like to give like respect, and that should be like very like not like outside you're showing respect but inside you have no respect. It should be inside outside the same.
Very good.
And then it's like how basically it used to happen that the guests were like like we responded and we welcomed the guests with conch shells, flowers, incense, elephants which are decorated, and qualified brahmanas from reciting the verses from Vedic literatures. So it's all on sincerity of a person,
Mhm.
on the person who's the host, and also the receiver, the guest.
Very good. Thank you. Meenakshi, you like to describe what you have heard? Meenakshi, are you there? Amen. Okay. All right. So I think we'll stop here today. I'll take this thing off.
Can
And-
Rayanshi describe the thing? Can I summarize the?
Yeah.
So
Go ahead.
basically, I just heard that you have to give respect to like a great Vedic personality by like in those days, in the old days, they would like give flowers, incense, like all the sandalwood paste, all like the elephants, decorated elephants, and qualified brahmanas saying like Vedic hymns, like auspicious Vedic hymns, like to give respect to like a great personality.
Make the auspicious atmosphere around it. Everything.
Yeah.
Okay. Very good. Any question? Anybody have any question on this Vedic queries? So this is the nice to learn about the having Vedic reception of somebody who is like a chief guest or very honorable guest. Normally in society also we follow that custom, maybe not to that extent, but to some extent we definitely honor our chief guest. Okay. So thank you so much for attending Srimad Bhagavatam class for this semester. So now I think there will be a summer break, and then the next class will be in August or sometime. Yeah. So we'll continue from where we left. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Hare
Thank
Krishna
you.
Prabhuji. Thank
Hare
you.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you.
You're
See you
welcome.
next time.
Hare Krishna.